Hello, everybody. I'm Miki from Cameroon, and I am the founder and CEO of Dennis Miki Foundation. It's a non-profit organization in Cameroon, and I call it Dennis Miki Foundation because it's named after my dad, who died 15 years ago when I was 13 years old. At the age of 13, I was left with a bedridden mom who couldn't walk, and the only thing she could do was ask for medications and food. I had a younger sister who was 8 years old, and the only thing she could do for school was, I need to go to school, Amy, I need to go to school. And I didn't have money, my dad didn't leave anything behind for us, and we were forced to take care of ourselves, to take care of a sick mom. And at the age of 13, I had to take up my first part-time job during the holidays. What motivated me to take up that job was because at the age of 8, I read a novel, and in that novel, there was a young girl who needed money for a school program, and she needed money, and she told her parents, and her father was like, you have to mow the lawn, and I will give you an allowance. So I was like, oh, I'm 13, I don't have a parent to pay my fee, I need to go to school. My younger sister at 8 has to go to school. How do we go to school? So I told my mom, I need a job. She could not walk around, so she could not go out to look for a job for me because she was paralyzed. And for the last 15 years, she has been. So how do I get the job? I had to walk out to maybe people that knew my parents, and I spoke to one of my father's friends, and he gave me a job. But he was like, you're too young, you're just 13 years old, and you can't work. So what I will give you is 30,000 francs, that is approximately $70. When you're in 5 years, come back and I'll give you a job. I took the $70 and I gave it to my mom. She started up a business. In Cameroon, we call it firewood, which is wood business to cook with. So since she cannot work, she could control that business from the house. And then I took up another business, which was to prepare melon, which is called egusi. So my younger sister and I, we started that business with $1. We started doing egusi, where we cracked and sold. We were able to make money to pay our fees and to pay for our mom's health. So when I started the organization, my aim was to reach out to young girls like me who could not go to school, who had parents to take care of. And with that, I was able to reach out to young girls, and I went to school to the level where I had a master's degree in international relations and public action after a bachelor's of science degree in nursing. I should have practiced like a nurse in the hospital, but I said if I was a nurse in the hospital, my impact would not reach those I wanted to reach. So I took up a master's in international relations in the option of international communication and public action, where I took up lessons about crowdsourcing for opportunities that could reach out to people, international development work. And with the international development work, it's what I do with my NGO. Now, it's a holistic program, because in my course in nursing, I realized that providing care for people doesn't just mean giving them medications, it's holistic. You have to take care of their psychosocial needs. Take care of their psychosocial needs, you need to meet out to what they could eat, good nutrition. And to provide that, the Dennis Miki Foundation works with a team. I don't do the work alone, I work with a team of young persons, and in our diversity, we come together to make sure that we meet out the needs of the less privileged people. Each one of my members has a talent and a specified role they can play. So Dennis Miki Foundation provides a room where they can come together and provide livelihoods for those less privileged children like myself, who either have no parents or live with very impoverished fathers or mothers. In our programs, when we started, we used to give out food, feed the less privileged children, but then it was not sustainable enough. So we needed to be able to give something else which was bigger than just food. So we took up livelihood projects, skill acquisition programs, and with that we are able to train these children. We provide them with scholarships so they can go to school, and with the skills they can make money and save up some for themselves and their families. Because when my father passed away, he died with a bank account on $0. I always want to use francs because it's our local currency. So the bank account was zero. My mom was sick. If I had maybe a child support fund, I could go through education easily. Now these children we work with can be able to do part-time businesses from the skills that they learn, from the projects we run. And some of the money can be used to pay their school fees, while the others can be saved up in a fund for them for their future education. Now, in our programs with rural women and urban poor women, we realize that they are doing businesses that need support. So we train them on financial empowerment and give them skills so they can manage their finances and capital to start up their own or scale up their own businesses. In the picture above, you see children from the age of 5 to 13 whom we train on paper recycling. Those papers are normal waste papers we use, like we have A4s right in front of us. With the papers they used, they made that beautiful flower jar, and a flower is put in. So we take these flowers to exhibitions in the community and sell them, and they raise money for themselves, which pays for their fee, feeds them, and even helps their mothers back at home. To continue in our programs, we do holistic care, where we make sure we find opportunities for them. We crowdsource for opportunities. So we partner with local organizations, government institutions, and corporate organizations to take up part-time jobs as children and youth. So we have programs that involve community awareness on health. We run farms where they can take up part-time jobs. We exhibit some of our products in the local exhibition, trade fairs, and other activities where we sell those products. And this brings in incomes that helps those children feed themselves, pay their tuition fee, take care of the needs of their parents. And as our work grows, we have been receiving solicitations from other organizations to partner in large projects that have been funded by European unions. We personally have not had any of such huge grants, but we are sub-partners where we participate as volunteer and proximity volunteers, and we get stipends given to the youth and children we work with. And this money is used to take care of our charity programs that reaches out to children who have been left behind by HIV, parents that died. And with that, we are able to give them the support they need. Right now, our work is very progressive, but then with support and with collaboration, we are believing that we can do better, because we need human resources, we need material resources, and financial support. So coming to Mandela Washington Fellowship, I had 2 goals: to connect for partnerships and to get volunteers to come back to Cameroon. Why? With my bachelor's in nursing, my friends came to the US and picked up good jobs, and they're making millions. But I decided not to come to the US with that degree. Why? Because I thought my goal in life was not to go to the US and make money for myself, but to be able to get people from there, come back and give to those who are suffering like myself. So I've always had a dream that I will get people come to my country and help the others meet their needs. So this is to help me reach the goal which I have, which is to make others better. Because when I'm not there, they can be able to sustain themselves. So I look forward to making partners and networks that can last and be sustained. Thank you.